Hi, good evening to all of you. So, we will initiate talks on current affairs and the topics on which possible questions in prelims or in main can be asked is what we are going to discuss. The first topic which we are going to take up for discussion relates with Indian economy, and within Indian economy a major, you can say, a breakthrough in banking sector with the start of account aggregator system. Okay. So, we will be talking about the account aggregator system which which has now started within the banking sector, and this is going to transform the way financial data is being managed in India. And when most of the banks will join this network, the kind of service which we all will get will be very different. So, let us start the discussion on account aggregator system. And within this account aggregator system, why it's in news? Because these 8 major banks have joined the account aggregator network. These 8 banks which have joined account aggregator network includes the public sector banks, PSBs, and even the private sector banks. So, 8 among them include the State Bank of India, the Kotak Mahindra Bank, the ICICI Bank, the HDFC Bank, the Axis Bank, the IndusInd Bank, the IDFC First Bank, and the Federal Bank. I am not much interested in you remembering the 8 names, because by the time you will be taking up exam, you will find that most of the banks will join this network. Okay. You have to understand the concept of account aggregator and how it's going to transform the banking sector in India. Okay. But to start with, on factual note, why it's in news? Because 8 major banks of the country from public sector and private sector, now they are the part of this account aggregator network. Okay. Account aggregator network. Okay. So, these are the 8 banks: State Bank of India, Kotak Mahindra Bank, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, IndusInd Bank, IDFC First Bank, and Federal Bank. And for sure, in days to come, you will find many other banks will join this account aggregator network. Okay. Now, as far as the definition of account aggregator is concerned, what you need to remember that they have been recognized by RBI as a NBFC, non-banking financial company. Okay. And they will be engaged in the business of providing under a contract the service of retrieving, collecting financial information pertaining to its customer. So, when we are talking about account aggregator, immediately what should come in your mind? That they are NBFC. Even if bank is there, but for the purpose of account aggregator, it will be treated, it will be deemed as NBFC, non-banking financial company. If bank is account aggregator, okay, for the purpose of this being an account aggregator, its status will be like any other NBFC, non-banking financial company. And this non-banking financial company will be doing what business? It will be providing under a contract the service of retrieving and collecting financial information pertaining to its customer. So, each of these banks or NBFCs or other financial service providers are serving large number of customers. And while they are serving large number of customer, with the service which they provide to customer, in the process large information based data is created. Every time when you or me or anybody else goes and transact with the bank, okay, a data is being created. Now we want to use this data to serve the customer better and to transform the entire financial ecosystem in this country, and this is how we have come up with this idea of account aggregator. So conceptually what I want you all to remember, that whenever an account aggregator will be there, it will be deemed, it will be treated as a new class of NBFC, non-banking financial company, and this new class of NBFC will be in what business? It will be providing under a contract, they will be having legal liabilities, and under the contract the service of retrieving or collecting financial information pertaining to its customer. That is what will be the role of NBFC. Now, I would just like you all to have this awareness that whenever we are saying, right, so few things what you need to remember about NBFC and about this account aggregator. Let us talk a bit and then I will tell you how they are going to operate. Okay, account aggregator. So basically, in simplest term, if you have to understand account aggregator, they will be consent manager for financial data. Consent manager for financial data. Okay, so with the consent of the customer, they will create a data bank which is going to be used by financial information provider as well as by financial information users. Is this clear? Financial information providers and financial information users. So financial information provider, where the repository will be, there will be data fiduciary where the data will be created, and financial information users will use the data, to take informed decision, to do a better understanding of the market scenario, and then to design their financial product to cater the interest of their clients better, and clients will also have better awareness, understanding about the different financial products, and then will make a better informed decisions. Okay. So, account aggregator is what? Consent manager for financial data, and it will be working at the interface. So, when we are talking about, right, whenever we are talking about this network, in this network 3 players will be there. Okay. This will be a 3-tier structure. 3-tier structure. Three-tier structure will be there in this account aggregator network, and within 3-tier structure, 1 tier will be FIP. When I say FIP, financial information provider. Financial information provider. Then second is FIU, financial information user. Information user, FIU, and third will be account aggregator. And what is account aggregator? The consent manager for financial data. The consent manager for financial data. And this account aggregator will be, what will be its status within the financial ecosystem? It will be considered as a new class of NBFC, non-banking financial company, a new class of NBFC. Okay. And this new class of NBFC, right, NBFC will be approved by only one regulator, right. This will be approved by This will be approved by RBI. Okay. Now, who can be the account aggregator? Okay. So, any entity, right, any entity which is regulated by RBI. Reserve Bank of India is the regulator for banking sector in this country. So, banks are regulated by which regulatory body? RBI. In our financial market, other than RBI, who are the regulators? You must have heard about SEBI, yes or no? Have you heard about it? Okay, that is Securities and Exchange Board of India, which is regulating what? Share market. Okay, which is regulating what? Share market. So, the second regulator, if somebody is being regulated by SEBI, can be a account aggregator. The third within financial ecosystem or financial system is IRDAI. Have you heard of it? Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, which is regulating the insurance sector. Okay. SEBI is regulating the share market. Okay. Then fourth is, have you heard of this? PFRDA. PFRDA. What is it? Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority. Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority. So, who can be? You need to have this understanding that who can be an account aggregator? Any entity which is being regulated by RBI or SEBI or IRDAI or PFRDA can be a account aggregator, but that approval will be given by RBI only. Okay. Even if it is an entity which is being regulated by SEBI, if it wants to be an account aggregator in India, that approval will be provided by RBI. Now, the big question arises, can any entity which is not regulated by these four can be the account aggregator? The answer is no. Only such entities which are regulated, because this is very important. This is happening in a country where right to privacy is a fundamental right as stated by Honorable Supreme Court of India. Okay. So, only if they have a robust system and they are under strict regulation to protect the privacy of individual, if they have a robust scheme and system for data protection, then only they can be account aggregator. Are you getting it? Okay. So, whosoever is being regulated by the four can be an account aggregator, but then if they are willing to be an account aggregator, they will have to seek the approval of RBI, and RBI approval will be given to that entity in the form of a new class of NBFC, that is non-banking financial company. And this speaks volume that those entities which are not regulated by any of the four cannot be an account aggregator. Right now, 8 banks have joined this network, and all the 8 are being regulated by RBI, because banking sector regulation is by RBI. Later on, we may see many such entities entering into this network, getting approved by RBI as account aggregator, where their class will be of a new type of NBFC. Have you understood? Then, right then, what you should remember, that this whole idea of account aggregator, has been conceptualized by FSDC. FSDC, that is Financial Stability and Development Council. Financial Stability and Development Council. Okay. And this Financial Stability and Development Council will play a very important role in inter-regulatory decision. Inter-regulatory regulator decision by RBI. See, what's going to happen? That finally who will give the license as account aggregator? RBI. But those entities, right, those entities which are, right, those entities which are being regulated by the 4 regulator can be an account aggregator, since those can be there, inter-regulator decision is to be taken. Okay, and who will facilitate this decision to be taken in a time bound manner after in-depth scrutiny and examination? FSDC. Okay, FSDC. So inter-regulatory decision which is to be taken by the RBI, that will be taken by on the initiation of the whole process by FSDC. Have you understood? Right? What I want you all to understand in this whole process, that RBI is the licensing authority. RBI licenses account aggregator, right? Account aggregator. Okay. Now, I would just like you to have this understanding. Okay. I would just like you all to have this. Okay. So, this is the place where, right, this is the place where you will find account aggregator. Okay. Now, this account aggregator, right, this account aggregator is like a consent manager. Okay. Is like a, so it is like a consent manager. Okay. It is like a consent manager. And on one side we have, right, on one side we have, you just see, FIPs, financial, what you can see on one side, financial information provider, and on other side we have financial information users, right, financial information users. And what will happen, right, what will happen, who all can be, right, who all can be within this, right, financial information provider, and they are regulated, right, they are regulated. All financial information providers are regulated. So who all can be there? Banks can be there, banks can be there. Okay. Then any tax or GST platforms can be there. GST platform can be there. Okay. Then mutual fund houses can be there. Mutual fund houses can be there. Okay. Insurance providers can be there. Insurance providers can be there. Okay. Government e-marketplace can be there. Government e-market. E-marketplaces can be there. Okay. So these can be, right, these can be the regulated financial information provider, FIPOs. What's happening? What's happening with them? They are regulated and they have customer base. Customers are using their services. In the process, financial information is generated. Okay. So, they will be treated as what? Regulated financial information provider. They will be treated as regulated financial information provider. Now, what this account aggregator will do, right? Account aggregator will do, they will place a request, right? They are going to place a request. They are going to place request. Okay. So, they will be placing request for data, right? They will be placing the request for data to whom? Financial information provider. Okay. And this data which will be now with account aggregator, right? Account aggregator, this will be available for financial information user, financial information user through their open app, right? Through their open app. So, they will have open applications, right? On which they will have this data. So, these financial, right? These financial information user can request for data. They can request for data and they can access the data through their open app. Okay. And this account aggregator, which is a consent manager, actually will provide, E to E. You understand this? E to E, end to end encrypted data, where only the end user can access the data. E to E, encrypted E to E encrypted data will flow, right? Will flow. But the most important is, user consent. Most important is what within this? User consent. Okay. User consent. Okay. So, how user consent? Now, this account aggregator, before making this data available for financial information user, right, will seek the consent to share data. Let us say this is customer. Okay. यहाँ पे क्या करेगा? Consent to share data. They will seek the consent. Consent to share data. Are you getting it? Okay. Account aggregator will get the data from financial information provider. Is this clear? Then will seek the consent, from the person to whom data relates, and then will put that data on open app, and through open app the financial information users can access the data. But in this entire process, there will be E to E encryption for better data protection. The flow of the data will be, E to E encryption and with user consent. Okay. E to E with user consent. Okay. And I would just like that these financial information providers are doing what? Actually, they are offering financial services to whom? Customers. What is the source through which data is being collected? Their services to customer. Financial services to customer is the source for them for data creation, right? Data creation. And and financial information users, okay, financial information users, they will use the data to serve whom? Again, they will use the data to serve the customer only. Why they want? Let us say that the bank is interested in giving loan. Okay, bank is interested in giving loan. So if they have information that who are the people in need of loan, and if they can reach out to them and can offer, always there will be better service, right? Always there will be better service. And if for a customer, right, if for a customer we know that I am in need of this kind of loan, and if I, what is the rate of interest at which various banks are providing this, and what will be my EMI burden monthly based on that, how much is the processing fee, is there any hidden charges, pre-closure penalties are there or not, whether they need collateral or not. Right now what is there? That for seeking such information we have to go to bank. We have to ask them that what will be the manner in which you will process, what documents you will require. Then we keep on asking about the various terms and conditions. It's not only about loan, but we are interested in knowing terms and conditions. We are interested in knowing, when you will learn in economics, then you will learn that if we have to give collateral, you understand collateral? The guarantee in the form of property or shares or in the form of FDs against which you will be provided loan. We are interested in knowing the margin. For example, I hope you know, for any property which you have, there will be a market valuation done, and maybe 80% of that can be given to you as a loan. When it comes to FD, 100% of the amount of FD which you have can be given as loan. Ye margins on different collateral, different margins are there. So now we don't have to go to bank. We have to just use the open app of Account Aggregator, and on this open app Account Aggregator, who are providing us the information? Financial information users. Okay, financial information users are providing us. Are you getting it? When we are interested in knowing that, we are not only interested in knowing that which bank can give me loan, at what rate of interest, with what processing fee, with what kind of pre-closure penalties. We are also interested in knowing the bank for which we are becoming customer, their financial health कैसा है, कितना NPA है उनका, how much is the non-performing assets. All such information will be available. We don't have to knock different doors and stand in the queue. I feel truly that if we are able to take this concept forward the way we have conceptualized, the banking sector in India is going to undergo magical transformation. And very deep will be the penetration of financial services. Through this app, banks, even if they don't have branch, they can serve customers, provided if they get the license as Account Aggregator. account aggregator. So have you understood this 3-tier, right? Have you understood this 3-tier structure of the network? So who are the 3-tier? Who are the 3-tier? One is financial information providers. Second is financial information users, and in the interface between the two is account accreditors, right? Account aggregator. And account aggregator is basically the consent manager. They are managing the consent of whom? The customer, of whom? The financial information provider, of whom? The financial information users. And then they are ensuring, right now what is happening when we want to access these information? We need to download app of different banks, app of different providers, and every time we want to seek information, we have to log in, we have to share our details with them, we have to provide them our PAN number, we have to provide them, and then OTP will be there. Now we will be saved from all such, because through one open app we can get, right? And for that we have given consent. Okay, for that we have given consent. Are you getting it? So this month is very important for banking sector in the country with the launch of, right, with the launch of account aggregator system. And 8 banks right now got the license of RBI to be the account aggregator. And technically I want you to remember that once they are given account aggregator, now you see all the 3 roles. Bank can be a regulated financial information provider, bank can be the financial information user, and later on bank can even become the account aggregator. But for this role of account aggregator, the bank will be treated as a new class of NBFC, non-banking financial company. Then they will have certain liabilities. Okay, and the key feature in this is E2E encrypted data flow with user consent, right? Key to key, E2E encrypted data flow with user consent. So end to end encryption is there. Data is not accessible, for any forceful intrusion if in between, because it is encrypted. Only end user with the consent can access the data. So it will save all stakeholders from increasing online fraud whenever the financial transactions are happening. The additional danger which is there, and sad part of the story you know very well, that large number of people have started using the technology with poor understanding of technology. They are not very well educated, and education does not mean the academic qualification. Education in this context is their abilities and competency to use it in a safe and wise manner. Okay, safe and wise manner, prudency while using, safety concerns while using. Okay, so this is how it's going to transform. This is how it's going to transform. So September 2021 will be remembered for beginning of what? Account aggregator system in the banking sector of India. Okay, in the banking sector of India. What if the customer is not giving consent to share the data? If the customer is not giving consent to share the data, then there will be no sharing of data. Then in the process, what will happen? Such kind of customer will not be able to have access also, na? If the data, if data is not getting compiled, then ultimate suffering will be with whom? Customer. Because before you take any decision, you want to know about, other customers as well, how they have been served. What's the customer satisfaction with a particular bank? Before you become the customer of a bank, you would like to see this, you would like to learn this. Okay, if the customer of the bank is not sharing the feedback, whether they were served properly by the bank during the period in which they were the client for the bank or not. So this is what will be a challenge if, someone who is not sharing, then gradually the data will be generated, and if more sharing will be there, then immediately the data bank will be created. Okay, and since the question is, right, why customer will not share data, consent, why they will not give consent when they know that there is data protection, right? If there is data protection, I don't think any reason for them, right? I don't think there is a reason for them not to share. So to address the question which has been asked by Mr. Ben Johnson Lingdo, right, what I would say that you need to understand this, that this sharing of financial information is happening in this under AA system, under AA system, sharing of financial information. I was very excited when I saw this word being used in this system. So sharing of financial information in a, right, in a real time, immediately, instantaneously, real time, and data blind manner. Data, this word data blind. Okay, sharing of financial information in a real time and data blind manner is the uniqueness of this account aggregator, account aggregators system, data blind manner. Okay, so data blind, what they mean by data blind? Encrypted data is flowing through this network. Okay, and it's a real time. At that point of time also, how many people are using certain, how many people are subscribing certain financial product, that also we can know. Okay, that also we can know. Can you imagine? Let us say tomorrow that they come up with the scheme, and within the scheme they say that there will be limited subscription. Now as we are heading towards the closure of the scheme, we can know at any point of time how many have subscribed till now and how many more can subscribe. Okay, if they are saying that 1 lakh people who are opening an account, they will be given the facility that they can maintain zero balance in the account. No minimum balance is required, but this will be only for 1 lakh. Then we can see also. We can see that this announcement was made, but till now only 2,000 people have subscribed. So large number of vacancy is there. We will not be, showing any urgency. If we will see that already 90,000 people have subscribed under, zero balance account, new account, then we will immediately feel like, okay, now if we don't do it. No. So real time and data blind manner, that is a feature within account aggregator system. So since it is real time as well as data blind, I don't think that there will be hesitancy in giving consent. But even then, if it is hesitancy is there, definitely, consent is very important, because account aggregator are nothing but they are the consent manager. They are to be seen. And the most unique feature is flow of data E to E encryption, but with consent. Have you understood? Yes or no? It's going to revolutionize the banking ecosystem in this country when we will have more and more account aggregators in future. And I am of this view that till now, whatever we have been doing for financial inclusion, those things have not been very rewarding. Definitely they have helped us. Definitely they have helped us bringing more and more people into banking system. But if we want everybody to be served by bank, account aggregator scheme can go long way in fulfilling the India's dream of financial inclusion. It will serve even those who are far away from any particular branch of bank. All information can be there with them. They can make an informed decision. I don't know whether you have the awareness that many government schemes are reaching to targeted beneficiary through banks. अगर real time data है उनके पास, that Kisan Nidhi Samman Yojana में how many farmers have got the money till now and why I have not got. If they can access without going to bank, if they can access this, many people within their village got this. If they know this, you can very well understand that what can be the impact of this. Okay. So, account aggregator system was in news. Yeah.
So, who all can be part of, listed down in FIUs apart from banks?
No, I gave you the list that any insurance provider, we should know that this financial information provider, those who are offering financial products to customer, while they offer product, there will be creation of data. So, they are the people who can provide financial information.
No, I'm asking the users, financial information users.
You asked about provider. Now, users will be, right? I have given you the list. Who all can be the financial users? They can be banks. Who will be interested? Banks will be interested because they want to reach out to customers, right? So, banks can be there, NBFCs can be there, any financial management company can be there, personal financial managers can be there, chartered accountants can be there, company secretaries can be there, okay, lawyers can be there. If they are looking for, who can have possible dispute related to financial matter, okay, definitely they would like to use the data, definitely they would like to see the data, okay. So, banks can be there, NBFCs can be there, okay. If they have a product which they want to offer, they want to reach out to targeted audience, they will use the data.
But some of the examples are not regulated. For example, you said lawyers,
Huh?
but lawyers are not regulated
Who told you that they are not regulated?
to use data.
No, they are regulated means what? Here, when I am saying this, that financial advisors are, don't you know about the Bar Council of India? The entire activity of a lawyer is regulated by Bar Council of India. They are practicing only under the regulation. Whether we will expand this to lawyer or not, that we will know to in future. Are you getting it? Because what is the most important thing within this whole 3-tier system? That only regulated financial information providers can be there, only regulated financial information users can be there. Those who are not being regulated, they cannot be the financial information user. Only if they are regulated, then only we can protect the data. If they are not regulated, then you know that there is a additional danger to which the data is getting exposed. Have you got that? But when it comes to who can be the account aggregators, then right now the decision is that only those entities which are being regulated by 4 important regulators within the financial system. And we will definitely expand the list when it comes to FIPs and when it comes to FIUs in future, but only thing which will drive while we are expanding this list, regulation. So only regulated FIUs on one side, only regulated FIPs on other side. Have you understood? Yes or no? Yeah. What? I'm not getting your question. App is by Account Aggregator. It's an open app, right? Which is of Account Aggregator. Okay. So through Account Aggregator, you know very well, have you used any app? Yes or no? You know that how you can use the app. On app, we have various icons through which different class of users can access. Okay. So that is how that is going to be used. Yeah. Anything else? So this is all about, right? This is all about this, very important topic, account aggregator. We have started with, okay, let me just complete this. Okay, that who will be on this side. This is why somebody may have. So this side we can have lender banks, those who are lending, lender banks, or any other lending, right? Any other lending NBFCs, non-banking financial companies will be interested in, using the information, financial information. Okay. Then even those personal finance management, it will help to manage our finance better. Okay, advisors can also be there, but not all those who are giving financial advices, Let us say that ALS, okay, if we are offering a course, okay, and if we want to fix the fee, what should be the appropriate fee, which can bring this product offered by us, within the pocket of our targeted audience. Now, if we are seeking this advice from, financial advisor, and if financial advisor is equipped that the civil service aspirant, if they have done some classification, okay, some data, that those who have qualified civil service exam, if there is a profile for them that their parents have been filing income tax, most of the successful candidate, who are they, it will help us, if such advice is coming based on financial information from a financial advisor. If we make our fee 10 lakh for our general studies course, now it will move out of pocket of many. Okay, affordability will be there, big issue. Then they will look for, they will say that ALS product is not affordable. They will look for, even if they have interest to join, but pocket is not allowing, they will look for viable alternatives. Are you getting it? So we have many advisors. When we subscribe to insurance, And these days, you know what all are getting insured, even marriages are getting insured. Gone are the days. You know, if for India, we always say that India is a country with misplaced priorities. Why? Every vehicle running on Indian roads are insured. But everybody sitting in the vehicle, their life is not insured. What is more important, vehicle or life? But what has happened, what has evolved in India? Where every vehicle is insured by and large. Few exceptions may be there. But when it comes to people who are in the vehicle, large number of people are there whose life is not insured. So very correctly Amartya Sen said, right, Priyansi is saying that even a smile is insured. Yes, for many models and many, people who are in public life, their smile is also insured. Okay, so everything is getting insured these days. We need to understand. Okay, abhi ye wala bahut expand hoga, advices, every field. Are you getting it? So they all can be within this ambit of regulated financial information uses. Okay. So this is all about, account aggregators. I just want that you should remember a revolutionary beginning in India within the banking sector when RBI has given license to 8 banks in September 2021 to be account aggregators. And this is a new beginning, this is a historic beginning. And if this beginning is reaching to the logical end, it will transform the entire banking sector of India in days to come. Okay, so this is what you need to know. So this is all about account aggregator.